How early in your life was it that you knew that your life was going to be committed to music?
Very early. I started in the church. I was about 5 to 7 years old.
You're a PK, right?
Yeah.
Preacher's kid.
Preacher's kid. Actually playing in the church at 8, 9 years old.
Okay.
Playing the organ.
The organ?
Yes, I'm organist and piano.
How'd you manage the footwork?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's because actually my foot used to swing from the seat.
Oh my goodness, so you couldn't touch the pedal?
No, I couldn't touch the pedal, but I played.
Okay.
And people remind me of that as well, when I go to Warren and other places.
When you were much younger and just, enjoying and basking in the love and entertainment of your family, what were your dreams like? What did you envision for yourself?
I've always dreamed of being a great musician. I don't know if I got there yet, but I wanted to be that.
You've been there for a little while.
I've always wanted to be a great musician, not only just in name and recognition, but I wanted to be true to the craft. I wanted to be true because people know what's real.
Yeah, they do.
What's not. People know if you feel it. And I'm one to believe, you got to do it with passion, because if you lose the passion, you lose the power.
So when you were growing up, did you spend more time working at the keyboard, or were you battling against, what do I want to do? Do I want to just hang with my guys, or do I want to, stick to my music?
That's easy. I always stuck to my music. I had friends, but I've never been one who just hung with the fellas.
So were most of your friends musicians as well?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Most of my friends were just regular guys in the neighborhood. They're chasing girls and ready to fight, things of that nature.
And of course you never did any of those things.
Well, I chased the girls, all right? I didn't fight a lot. But I got the one I want. I live with it now.
Okay.
Thank God.
Hey, Dion.
No, but I was pretty committed to music even then.
I'm sure a lot of people, when they watch the show and they're listening and they're familiar with your music, they see your name all over, you do concerts, you do all these wonderful performances. What are some of the challenges?
Not doing what everyone else is doing. A lot of people singing about God are not necessarily living for God.
Okay.
So that's a great disappointment when you see that. But you always have to, you got to know where there's a right side, there's a left side. So the challenges were just basically being from a small town, and when they find that out, they want to treat you like where you're from.
Okay.
You have to stand, and you have to let them know that Youngstown may have 80,000 to 100,000 people, but my mentality is like a few million.
Okay.
Your performance must come up. Your mentality must come up. And most of all, when God is in your heart, it doesn't matter where you come from. But those were my challenges. My challenges was being accepted. Being accepted. You're out there with the best of the best. I remember being at Kaiser Hall with Kevin Bond at the time, and it was probably, I was there with the Winans. They were doing the whole family tour, and it was probably close to 8,000 to 10,000 people at the concert.
Okay. Was this the largest capacity you ever played for at that point?
At that point, yes. And Vicki Winans opened up the show, and that's who I was playing for. And then it was BB and CC. And it was just, you had Joel Smith with the Hawkins, Kevin Bond. Every musician in gospel knows Kevin Bond to this day. And many others. They were just standing around the stage watching us do what we do. That was a highlight in my career. Yes.
Starting out especially, were you very committed to practice? Because I know that's something that seems to be a challenge, especially for very young people. The parents are, really trying to drum in their heads. They've got to spend so much time in practicing. What was that like for you?
Well, my thing is, even early on, I've always had a commitment to excellence. I like things to be, I'm very meticulous.
Okay.
I like things to be on point, on target.
Were your parents strong critics, or were they just...
No, not at all. Not at all. No, I come from a very large family, so we can get in the corner by ourselves. It was 3 of us here, 3 there, 4 there. But I would always stay at the piano, and even now, I love to play. I mean, I would hate it when I would miss a note or touch 2 notes together. I like it clean, I like it crisp, and I just like to play. I just always had the spirit of excellence.
And that same excellence, by the way, is very clear in your music now.
Well, thank you.
Clean and crisp and happy. That's the thing I really like about your music. It just makes you feel good.
That's good. I've always wanted my music to be inspiring to others, because I believe when a person leaves your presence inspired, you've done your job.